Welcome again. There's a story I read in a magazine which I would like to share with you. A member of a certain church who previously had been attending services stopped going. After a few weeks, the local pastor visited him. It was a chilly evening, and the pastor found the man sitting beside a blazing fire in his home. And guessing for the reason of his visit, the host welcomed him and let him sit by the blazing fire. The pastor made himself comfortable, but he said nothing. In the silence, he watched the flames play around the logs in the fire. So after a few moments, the pastor took the fire tongs, picked up a brightly burning ember and placed it by itself in the hearth, all alone. And then he sat back in his chair, still silent. The host watched in fascination. As the one lone ember's flames diminished, there was a momentary glow, and then it was no more. Soon it was cold and dead. Not a word had been spoken, but just before the pastor left, he picked up that cold ember and placed it back in the middle of the fire. Immediately, it began to glow once more with the light and warmth of the other coals around it. As the pastor reached the door to leave, the host said, "Thank you very much for your visit, and above all, for that wonderful fiery sermon. I shall be back in church next Sunday." We know we can find God everywhere. We find God in prayer and personal meditation, but especially we find God in the worshiping community in the church, where we give the wonderful example of our presence, the example of our faith, as well as receiving the wonderful example of faith of others around us. May God bless you and keep you, and see you tomorrow.